Hey guys, welcome back to 6L Outdoors Gearin Up. I'm Joseph Trowbridge.
I'm Bryan Lovell.
And today we are going to talk about youth hunting calibers, the ones that we use specifically for our families.
Absolutely. So we kind of got a different variety of guns on the table.
Yep.
You can see we kind of going old school, as Joe likes to call it.
Cowboy gun.
Cowboy gun. And then we have a couple of modern bolt-action rifles. Several different calibers here on the table. We have a couple more calibers that we don't even have on the table. We just kind of got a little bit of
our favorites.
Yeah, 3 of our favorites.
Yeah.
One of my girls would say that her favorite's not on the table, but you know. So we'll start here on the bottom. We're starting with what most people probably wouldn't even believe would be a good caliber for a kid. And no, it's not a lever action 30-30. This is actually a Marlin Model 1894 lever action carbine in .357 Magnum. So, and the cool thing about a .357 Magnum is out of a carbine like this, it does not have much recoil.
No recoil, hardly at all.
Yeah, it actually has less recoil, or about the same recoil as the rifle here in the middle, which is Savage 110 in .223
with the AccuStock on it.
Yeah, it's got the AccuStock on it. This is actually their all-weather version. I believe they call it the Storm. Maybe even the Storm Lightweight. But
fantastic little rifle.
It's a great little rifle. This is one of the newest ones we picked up, but one of our favorite calibers. I get questions all the time about people asking, well, why would you use a 243? 223, that just seems too small. Why don't you use something bigger?
It's all about shot placement.
It is about shot placement, but the other thing to go along with that is the modern cartridges we have, the ones from Federal, Winchester, some of the other companies, Hornady, they're all making good cartridges that actually work really well for deer hunting.
And they're specific for deer hunting.
They are specific for deer hunting. You know, either one of these calibers, or the .357 or the .223, both of these rifles are very lightweight, very low recoiling. Matter of fact, when this rifle had a scope on it, this is what my number 3 daughter, Erica, shot her first deer with when she was 8 years old. So, I mean, both of my other girls started out on a .223, but she just liked the looks of that and wanted to try it. She killed her first deer with that.
I like your style.
Yeah, I do too. .223, we've killed a lot of deer with those. Using 62, 64 grain bullets primarily. You know, you've got a lot heavier bullet here with the .357, but because it is such a small cartridge, it doesn't have the range that this does. You're looking at about 50 to 100 yards. Yeah. And you can, at the maximum.
My girls shoot nothing over 50.
Well, yeah. But, the girls have shot deer with the .223 out to 125 yards. Yeah. And, have never had any problems with it. You jump up and we have this custom rifle here that's actually custom stock. It's actually a Savage Axis that we put a Boyd's @1 stock on, which makes this rifle great for everyone.
Yes.
With the stock completely collapsed, if you would.
The length of pull changes for the younger kids.
Absolutely, yeah. When the length is all the way adjusted like that, you're looking at about 12 3/4 inch pull all the way out to 14 and a half. Yeah. And then the @1 stock is adjustable for your comb. So for different people, the height of the scope, the way they put their cheek weld, you may need that adjusted up or down. And so this makes a great rifle for everyone. This one in particular is chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. And my oldest 2 girls love this caliber, but they're 14 and 16. Yep. So you're looking at a little bit older youth. Some without a muzzle brake. If you had a muzzle brake on it, then you could probably put somebody younger on it. But
it's also a lot heavier than
it is. It absolutely is heavier. So there again, that makes it more difficult for a smaller shooter. Another great caliber that, like I said, that's not on the table that one of my girls would call her favorite is .243 Winchester. Yeah,
absolutely.
And we have it, and she's killed numerous deer with it. So it's one of her favorite calibers. And then another rifle we have in our inventory that has harvested a lot of game with it and is great shooter for everybody is the 257 Roberts.
Yeah.
It's a great cartridge. The only problem with the 257 Roberts, with the ammo crunch that we're in right now,
it's really hard to find.
Really hard to find. And so
even with trying to reload it, it's difficult to do getting the primers and
exactly
everything.
All the components for reloading right now are difficult. So unless you have a large supply of all the components, then you're kind of stuck with factory ammunition. And with the 3 calibers on the table, you're going to be able to find ammunition most anywhere. Of course, the 357, we're using 158 grain soft points. We're not using defensive rounds. We're using rounds that are made for hunting.
Yep.
We actually have loaded up some 180 grains for it, and they're good, but they just don't shoot as flat, if you would.
They don't stabilize as well.
Well, they stabilize fine. It's just they have that rainbow effect like shooting a 45-70. It just doesn't shoot as far. And so you have more knockdown up close, but when you step it out to the 100, 125 yards, you're starting to really fall off. And with a kid, you want something that's going to shoot where they're aiming. And so that's the only downside of the 357. As you step out past that 100, it makes it a little more difficult.
And the biggest thing I think parents get overzealous with, if you will, is taking their kids hunting. Have fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Present them an opportunity where they can shoot something that they're going to enjoy, so they're going to continue to want to go back with you.
That's right.
If you put them on a 6.5 Creedmoor and they're 8, 9 years old, there are going to be those kids that can shoot it, but not almost all kids will.
Right.
And they're going to get kicked by this thing. It's probably going to scope them, and they're never coming back out with you.
That's exactly right. I've been on a lot of youth hunts guiding them, and had the problem of the parents bring out their 30-06 or
30, like my grandpa did me.
And you've got an 8-year-old kid trying to shoot a 30-30 or 30-06, and it ends up they shoot 1 or 2 rounds on paper because we always make them zero their rifle, and they don't want to shoot anymore.
No.
And so that's why
I don't blame them.
No, I don't either. And that's why when we were guiding all the time, the 243 would come with me, or 223s would come with me, and I would put a kid on a lighter recoiling rifle, and get them the opportunity to shoot something that was enjoyable to them. Plus, they get to shoot something different. And so then we take them out, and they harvested game with the 223 or the 243, and the last thing I hear on their parents' mouths before they leave is, now I guess I'm going to have to go buy my kids a gun because you've got them, got them hooked on hunting. Whereas had they not had that opportunity to shoot something different, then that child might not have ever come back hunting again.
And hunting really is about the family. It's not.
Absolutely.
In my mind, it's not for anything else other than it's family time.
That's right. And, we're not trophy hunters.
No.
We're meat hunters. And so we're not out there to get the largest trophy animal.
I mean, they're nice when they come along.
They are, but we don't sit there and hunt for that the whole time.
Yeah.
And so, we want your kids to get out and enjoy it and have fun in the outdoors with your kids, because that's the most important thing.
Because they're our next generation of hunters. We got to teach them right.
That's right, and that's what 6L Outdoors is all about.
Yeah.
Our motto is leading the way outdoors, and we mean it. We mean it by the fact that we take our kids, we take our wives, we go as a family, because we want everyone to be involved in the outdoors.
Absolutely. Well, guys, if there's not a caliber covered on here, there's several more. But you guys have that caliber, and share your stories in the comments.
Absolutely.
Please like and subscribe, and we really appreciate you guys watching.
Thanks.